Yeah, once again, good afternoon all. Am I audible? In the back? Good. Too good. It's a big crowd. Rather, I would say mob. Okay? RB 16 and 15, right? Two batches are clubbed. RB 16 people, you please stay back after the class so that the material will be distributed to you. Some material is yet to be distributed to you. RB 15 people, they have collected the material already. But the 16 people yet to be collected. So you please hold on. After the class, you will be given the material, right? This is about the announcement. Now, let us come to our thing. What is our thing? Why you people are here? Why you are here? What is this question, sir? Why you all here? Come on. Why all you people are here? Why? Huh? Because sir, बाहर इतना गर्मी है. सुना है इसमें बहुत बड़ा सा एसी है. हाँ? Is the case or what? Or you want to become the civil servants? Right? All the young chaps. All you want to become the civil. Oh, you want to become servants, right? So all you want to become servants. Servants to whom? Not for one personality. Servant for the entire nation. Right? When you want to become a servant, be as a servant. Servant should be having some qualities. Right? Servant should be having some qualities. If you are having that qualities, definitely you will become a servant. Becoming a servant itself is a bigger task. Just imagine. What a pity thing. Servant for us is a derogative word, but becoming a servant itself requires some qualities. Right? As all you people are from different parts of our India. First of all, let me introduce the civil services to you. I don't want to enter into the structure of the exam. What are the different stages, like prelims is there, mains will be there. You will be tested your personality. I don't want to go into all these things. I want to show you a very beautiful strategy how to crack this exam within no time. Right? You people were given so much of briefing, like what is civil services, what are the different stages, and what to read and what not to read. Especially, you will be bombarded with a statement called as reading the newspaper. Right? Come on, every day you need to read the newspaper. This is what you people will be not given a statement like one time. You will be explained minimum of so many times. Right? Reading the newspaper. But the question is, the moment once you decided to become an IAS officer or any other civil servant, everyone is asking you to read the newspaper. Now, every day what you are doing, in this meantime, like maybe some 10-15 days, for the past 10-15 days, what you are doing, every day in the morning by 6:30, you will be going to the newspaper shop. You will be purchasing not one newspaper. Someone said the Hindu, someone said the Indian Express. Therefore, you purchase the two newspapers right from the beginning. You started. The largest circulating newspaper of India. Right from there, you will be keep on reading. And as you were suggested, what is the suggestion? To read the editorial columns. The moment you purchase the newspaper, you will be going to the middle and you will start the editorial. Reading the editorial column. This is what everyone did, right? But what is very common with all of you is, once you read the editorial column, you will be coming to a conclusion like, what I read till now? That is the common conclusion. That is the conclusion not just on the very first day. Second day, after reading so many hours, not 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, after spending so many hours, again at the end of the day, what I read? Did I read anything? This something is there in my mind? For sure. You may be knowing alphabets ABCD and so you are reading, but you are unable to understand. And the third day, what happens in the third day? You feel like, let us not kill so much of time. I will be reading this article and you will be tearing the paper. You will be tearing the paper and you will be keeping aside. Whenever I get the free time, definitely I will be reading this paper. And 110%, you won't get that free time. In your lifetime, that paper will be there. And fourth day, piling up of the paper. Fifth day, sixth day, seventh day, eighth day, ninth day, 10 days. The paper started piling. Why you people are unable to understand what you have read there? Definitely you have read that one. But why you are not having a very good clarity? Why the entire editorial column is not understandable? It's not clear for you. Because you know what to read. Like the newspaper reading is very important. But what you don't know is when to read. Sir, morning 6 o'clock I should not read. Shall I read at 10 o'clock, sir? Then I will be understanding. I'm not talking about the time. I'm talking about the timing. What is the newspaper? The newspaper is nothing but the current news. What is happening around you in the present day. What is newspaper? Nothing but it is all about the present. What is happening right now around you in the entire world, in the entire India, in your state, in your region, everything is being given in the newspaper. That you are unable to understand. Why? Because in order to understand the present, what is important for you is the past. If you know the past, then only you can understand the present. What is the missing link is, majority of the students, they are trying very hard to understand, to by heart even. They are even trying to by heart without having a link with the past. That is where the missing link is. What is this past? What is this past and what is this past is related with our UPSC? We people are here for cracking this exam and we are talking about the past. Is there any link here? Is there any link here? What is the past? Past is nothing but, according to UPSC, what is the past? Past is nothing but, what is past according to UPSC? It is nothing but, the syllabus. This is what the syllabus. What is the syllabus? The main core subjects. This is the past. Meaning what? This is a piece of land where you are staying right now. This is you. You are staying right now on this piece of land. This very piece of land was having some other people before you. When you are not here. At that point of time, you didn't took birth here even. Right? Before you, the same land was there, but someone was ruling. Who is that someone? Who? History. What is the rule? What is the system? What is the framework? What is the law they brought to bring an order among the public? What type of conditions were there? The climatic conditions. What type of crops they used to grow? What they used to eat? What they used to wear? What type of exchange system was there? All the products are being produced by only a group of people? All other people are not doing any work or what? How the system of or division of work is happening? How the exchange is happening? What is the medium of exchange? Whether the exchange of material is with the money or with the material? Nothing but economy. We people always see these all these four subjects as a subjects. What according to UPSC are all these? They are all your past. All they are your past. That's why the very statement, don't divide or don't draw the lines between the subjects. You need to mix the content of one subject with other subject, and therefore you need to bring a very great connectivity. If there is a connectivity, if there is a flow of events, then the entire UPSC preparation appears just like a movie for you. If not, then what happens? It will be a movie definitely, but you will be seeing only the first reel, then you will be coming to the 10th reel, coming to 20th reel, and finally the end. Then you will not able to connect. Whoever is having the connectivity of the events, definitely they will be there in the service. Is it clear? This is the first step. If you can understand this very essence of UPSC, then you will be having a holistic picture, what to read, what not to read, how to read, where to read, when to read. This is the holistic picture. First of all, what you need to give very great importance is for the past. What you are doing right now, you are reading the newspaper. Directly you are purchasing the newspaper and you are reading the newspaper, which is nothing but the present. Why you are unable to understand the present? Because the present is always linked up with the past. If the past is not clear, then there is no question of understanding the present. I'll give you a best example. All you people know one very great Sultan called as Tipu Sultan, right? What happened to the Tipu Sultan and his sons? We know Tipu Sultan is the son of the great personality called as Hyder Ali, then Tipu Sultan. What happens to the sons of Tipu Sultan? Anyone know the son of Tipu Sultan? Not even you. The historians are unaware. Why? Because they themselves, the Tipu Sultan's sons, they themselves, they don't know about their grandfather, even their father, much about their father. Why? Because they are simply lacking the knowledge of past. When they don't know their past, definitely they cannot be great personalities. Who made them not to know the past? It is the British. British, after the 4th Anglo-Mysore War, especially at the third Anglo-Mysore War. At the 3rd Anglo-Mysore War, there was a link, or means there was an agreement between the Tipu Sultan and the Britishers. It was basically Wellesley. What was the agreement? Yes, Tipu, I am going to give back all your land. Whatever the land you are having, I am going to give back. But for this piece of land to get returned, you need to pay something. Just at the point of time, it was decided as 40,000 rupees. If you give me 40,000 rupees, I am going to give back your land. Though I am the victorious, I don't want this piece of land. It is you can rule, but pay me 40,000 rupees as a token of what is called as a punishment, or maybe something in return. 40,000. But Tipu Sultan was not in a position to pay 40,000 rupees. Then what Britishers gave a proposal, they kept a proposal like, yes, you can pay 40,000 in installments, but I need to have some guarantee. What is that guarantee? Give me your 2 sons. And the 2 sons of Tipu Sultan were taken to Calcutta and they were kept behind the bars of Calcutta. Once Tipu Sultan revolted against Britishers, he was killed. When he was killed in the 4th Anglo-Mysore War, what is the point of keeping the children behind the bars? No point. Therefore, they were set free on the roads of Calcutta. Small kids of 8 years of age, another guy was around some 4 or 5 years of age. When they were set free on the roads of Calcutta, these people were roaming, crying, and one rickshaw puller embraced these guys, gave some bread, butter, some roti to eat. Even today, you won't believe the great grandsons of Hyder Ali, the great grandsons of Tipu Sultan. Even today, they are the rickshaw pullers in the streets of Calcutta. On the streets of Calcutta, they are the rickshaw pullers. There is a big article on those people. When the journalist went there and asked about the Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali, what they said? Who is Tipu Sultan? Who is Hyder Ali? We don't know. We know only one guy who is the rickshaw puller, the guy who provided me the bread and butter. They are simply unaware of their past. If they are unaware of the past, do you think that they'll be taking a revolt? They'll be courageous, they'll be doing all sorts of act? They'll be kept calm. The same is the situation that is happening in the entire youth of India. We don't know about our India. In fact, the youth of India is simply unaware of India. What happened to our India? We don't know perfectly. Who ruled our India? We don't know. Because of this liberalization, privatization, globalization, what happened? The employment facilities are there, the economic developments are there, but what is happening is the people who are moving to other fields, like maybe software, some other fields, they are enjoying their life to the maximum extent, but without knowing what is India. And it is only a few handful people like you who are turning towards the development of India, who are looking into the inwards, looking inward. Whenever you are looking inward, you want to become the leader in India. Whenever you want to become leader in India, someone is asking you to read history. If you want to become a software Java developer, no need to have the idea of history, polity, right? But whenever you want to become a leader here in India, they are asking you, come on, first of all, try to know your past. Who ruled this piece of land? Why that is a subject for you, for only you? Why it is a subject only for you, not for other exams? Why this competitive exam is demanding to read this particular topic? Because you want to become a leader. When you want to become a leader, you should be knowing the other leaders of the past. Got the point? That is the importance of knowing history. That is the importance of knowing polity. That is the importance of knowing what happened to your piece of land when you are not here. Because if you know the glory of India, definitely you will be trying very hard to bring back the past glory. India was such a glorified region once upon in the past. This is a statement you might have heard about. But what is the glory you will come to know when you read all these things. India was called as the land of sinking gold. Meaning what? India was self-sufficient. We don't require not even a single material from any part of the world. All the world parts, all the world people, they require something or the other thing from the Indian land. Therefore, everyone came to India. You talk about right from BCs. Everyone, every ruler of the world tried to enter into India. And what is India? The land of self-sufficiency. We don't require any product from the outside world. The outside people want some products from India. Therefore, they need to give something for us to take that products. Why that something? We people love gold like anything. The only product we accept to exchange is gold, and therefore the land of sinking gold is India. The land of sinking gold is India. By seeing this land of sinking gold, not just one fellow, not just 2 or 3 people, n number of raids happen into India. One of such fellows are the Britishers. When Britishers came to India to in the name of trading, what was the comparison of Indian economy with the British economy? Indian economy was more than 100 times than that of the economy of British. By the time they went back from India to their own country, leaving India, Britishers were 100 times more in economical terms than India. The equations got simply reversed. That was the glory of India, but right now, what is the current scenario? This is a scenario. All these things are there as a questions for you in the UPSC. Everything needs to relate to the past. If you know, at least these 4. What my suggestion to you is, the moment once you want to start your preparation, start with the history of India. Go to the books like the basic books, where you might have read this one in your lower classes. The very basic books like either it can be NCERT or NIOS. Again, no need to purchase. Just you download the book, that is there in the internet. Everyone is having the smartphone, everyone is having the lappy, everyone is having the iPad, right? Most of you, 99% of you are having the phones, right? You download each and every textbook and then you start reading. You need to start with history. Why only history? Because the base. You need to start with the base. If at all you are starting from the scratch, then only you will understand the entire building. The foundation is the history. You need to start from history, NCERT. Maybe if at all you are having good patience right from 6th class till 12th class. No sir, I don't have that much patience. I already read somewhere, might be in our lower classes I have read about this one. Then go for 9, 10, 11, 12. Complete the 9, 10, 11, 12 history book. NCERT or NIOS, National Institute of Open Schooling. What is NIOS? National Institute of Open Schooling, where the language in the NCERT is somewhat a tricky language is there. But here the language is so low level. It's a very common language. What is the importance or what is the logic of any class or any textbook? Everyone, whoever is reading the book, that should be understandable. Right? That is the logic, and therefore NIOS has gone to such an extent, a very basic English was given. There are some words where in NCERT you are unable to understand the concepts, you are unable to understand, but NIOS is so simple English, you can understand very easily. Go to any one of the book, either it may be NCERT or it may be NIOS, but start with history. Then after history, don't jump to other subject. Definitely you need to read polity. This is the order. Complete till 12th. Either it may be 9 to 12 or 6 to 12, that is up to you. Then after this one, you come to geography, again complete till 12th. Then finally, economy, where you need to talk about only 9, 10, 11, 12. Because 6, 7, 8, there is no such subject called as economics, is not there in your NCERT. It starts from 9th class, 9th standard onwards till 12th. Once you complete these 4, then you are fit for reading newspaper. Then only you are fit for reading newspaper, especially the so-called editorial columns. When you can understand the editorial column, provided if you are having the basic understanding. What is that basic understanding? The past of India. If you know this one, then you can understand the present of India. Is it clear? Many times the students come after 1 year of preparation, yet they will be coming and they will be asking, like, sir, I didn't understand this editorial column. Sir, something happened in World War II. What happened? Please explain me. After preparing for 1 year, if you don't know what happened in the World War II, then there is no point of reading all those time, like, till 1 year, what you read? Got the point? So, start right from the basics. Let us go in a very perfect order. If at all you are following the perfect path, success is for sure and within no time. There are many students where they are preparing for quite long time, 3 years, 4 years. For some of the students, I myself suggested, no. Whenever you are spending so much of time, this is not your piece of cake. Come on, you jump to other field. Let this not be a scenario for you. Got the point? Don't spend so much of prolonged time. This is a valuable time period for you to develop the career. If at all you are keep on taking chances here, you are losing your life itself. Don't spend so much of time. Hardly 2 years. Within 2.5 years, you need to enter into the service. One service or the other service, you need to enter into the service. That should be the preparation. For that, what is important? Not reading, the path. How to read? What is the strategy? Each and every one of you have to have a strategy right from now. For the next 2 years, you should be having the perfect strategy. Sir, I don't know anything, sir. I don't know history. I don't know politics. How can I have a strategy, sir? Come on, first get this knowledge, then prepare a strategy. For the next coming 2 years, you should be having the strategy right from now. Develop a strategy, because no one can chart your plan. It is your own life because you know your weakness, you know your strength, rather than anyone else in the world. Got the point? It is just like, if at all I'm giving example, it is just like a swimming pool. It is just like a swimming pool where each of you are swimming. If you stop swimming, no one can swim for the sake of you. Is there any such facility or what? Let you don't breathe because you are tired. I will breathe for you. Can it happen? Everyone have to breathe by their own. Everyone have to swim for their own sake. There is no alternative. You need to breathe, you need to swim by you yourself. The people may explain from outside, come on, you pick up, you go, you reach the channel. That is what the people will be encouraging from outside. Maybe the parent, maybe a teacher, maybe the friend. Everyone can encourage. What they can't do is, they can't swim. They can't breathe for you. It is your job. Is it clear? And so you know better than no one else in the world about yourself. So you need to draft a policy. You need to draft a strategy. You need to draft a plan on your own. And according to the plan, here and there you can keep on changing the plans. Within the larger path, you are having such a great delegation of authority where you can change the plan within the path. The path should not shift. Is it clear? This is the first step you need to do. If at all you are doing this first step, never, don't think that, sir, I didn't do all these things till time. Let you start right from today. It's not the thing which has already skipped or already have passed that period. No, it is still there in your hand. You need to do this first step. This is the first step in order to enter into the government service. And there is a second step. What is the second step? You need to follow the government. Since you need to enter, you want to enter into the government job, follow the government. What do you mean by the following the government? Every day you need to check what government is doing. Where is our Prime Minister? What type of works he is doing right now? Yesterday or day before yesterday, he went to Andhra Pradesh and inaugurated one statue. Got the point? Sir, what is the big point in that one, sir? He will be inaugurating many statues and it is one of the statue. Wrong. Because you want to become a civil servant means what? You need to follow the government. Meaning what? You need to follow the Prime Minister. Where he is going. With which country's head he is meeting. What is the relation between that country and this country? Economic relations, political relations, administrative relations, then the climatic relations. Nothing but the environmental relations. Right now, what is the largest topic is, if any two presidents or the prime ministers are meeting, definitely they will be discussing the environmental related things. Recently on 1st of July, what happened? The government of India introduced a policy called as a complete ban on the single-use plastic. Got the point? Whenever any policy, such a policy or whenever any program, whenever any scheme, whenever any visit or someone is coming from outside, maybe a president of America came to India or the Prime Minister of Australia came to India, you need to follow keenly what this guy is proposing, what type of agreements are happening, what type of MOUs are happening. What is this MOU? Memorandum of Understanding. I'll give some of the examples, like, not in the recent past, but they are very important MOUs. Like the president of Israel came to India. The so-called Benjamin Netanyahu came to India. When he was there in India, Prime Minister of India was asking, you are having water resources in a very sparse quantity in Israel, how you are managing? Then they said that the technological innovations, since there is a sea called as Mediterranean Sea by the side of the country Israel, we are converting the salt water into potable drinking water. Isme kaun si badi baat hai? We are also converting the salt water into potable drinking water. This is what our people said. When our people said that, then the Israeli president, what he is explaining, what he is responding, what is the cost of your filtering of water? We said that it is a minimum of 1 rupee. With 1 rupee, we are converting 1 liter of salt water into fresh, potable drinking water. This is what we said. He laughed at it. He said that our technology is far ahead than you. Our cost is just 0.10 pice. We are also having technology. They are also having technology, but whose technology is a better technology? Therefore, there was a MOU. There was a MOU between the Indian government and the Israeli government in converting the saline water into the fresh water. In order to have the water security, because water resources in India are getting depleted, each and every content, every topic is interlinked. It is a big network of polity, history, economy, geography, all they are clubbed together. Whenever you can understand each and every angle, in which angle it needs to be connected, then you are well within the competition. This is what the ability you need to get. Is it clear? In the next coming so many classes, like maybe you will be completing your entire coaching by 1 year or so. Within that time period, what is a very important knowledge you need to get, not just reading about what is called as what happened to India when Britishers were there, who was so-called the national movement leaders. All they will be there in every textbook. Everything is given in each and every textbook. Every material is giving the same thing. But your understanding capacity and your connectivities between history to polity, polity to geography, geography to economy, how you are connecting, this ability you need to develop. Is it clear? See, why the people require coaching? That is what the biggest question. There was a question like, do we need coaching? When the material is rampant, so great material is there in the internet. If you go to internet, it will be simply a flooding of information, just like what is happening in the Assam right now. In Assam, the people are in a submerged condition. Flooding condition is there. The people are having excessive water. The people are get washed away into the waters of Brahmaputra. That is what is happening. The same is happening even in the internet. Flooding of information. The moment you type UP, already SC will be given by they themselves. So much of information will be there. But what is important is reading and understanding that particular concept is not sufficient. If that is sufficient, the people in the rural areas, they will be sitting at one place, they will be by hearting the entire book itself. If we give one book and if you ask questions from that book, definitely the people will become IAS from the rural India only. Got the point? Because under the tree, they will be by hearting like anything. But what is important here is analysis part. How you are understanding the scenario of the past, and because of that past scenario, how the present scenario is happening. The present scenario is the result of that past. Whenever the past is something like this is the past. Because of this past, right now something is happening. When you are having a knowledge of the past, now you can understand the present. Whenever you are having a complete knowledge of the past, then only you can understand the present. When you understand the present, it is only you can predict the whoever can predict the future. UPSC is waiting for those people. All you people are seeing only one side of the coin. What is that one side of the coin you are seeing is, sir, we are trying very hard for the UPSC, but I'm not getting selected. This is what you people are seeing. But there is the other side of the coin. What UPSC is telling. We want such a very great candidate who can understand the past, who is having great knowledge about the present, and who is having the ability to predict the future. They are searching with the magnifying lens, but the people are not up to the mark. They have kept a benchmark and they are asking to rise above that one. It is searching for the people, but the required candidates are not visible. What you are seeing at UPSC, because of preparation of so many years, I am not getting selected. That is what your way. What is the other side? UPSC is waiting for the gems who can understand, who are having the knowledge of past, who can understand the present and can predict the future. Is it clear? They want these people. They want these people. Whoever reach that standard, definitely they will be picked up. Instead of you going and requesting, let you be picked up. Got the point? That is what the strategy you need to make out. This is the strategy for UPSC. A simple strategy which is proven beyond doubt. The first one is you should be having the basic knowledge, which is nothing but the past. At the same time, you need to follow the government. What do you mean by the following the government? Wherever the Prime Minister goes, you need to understand what he is doing. You need to follow literally where he is right now, with whom he is talking. Till recently was there in G7 meeting. Again, all of a sudden he came to India. Again, he went to what is called as a inauguration of that particular statue. When he is inaugurating one particular statue, you should be knowing about that personality. Who is that personality? He's a great freedom fighter. Question might be there on that particular personality. From where the question can be there? From the history, that particular event. Meaning what? It is the newspaper which is guiding you to read which part, which is an important question this particular year. Who will be telling you? It is the newspaper. Newspaper is acting as a magnetic compass in the middle of the ocean. In the middle of the ocean, you don't know which is north, which is south, which is east. Who will be giving the direction? Compass. What is compass for our ocean of UPSC? Newspaper. Which topic is important? That topic where government is more concentrating on. Therefore, you need to follow the government. Is it clear? If you can do this one, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop your success. You will be having a national highway and you will be going on that highway. If you skip, you will be in a sub-highway. If you further skip, you will be on the Kacha road. And if you further skip, you will be into the jungle. Mind you, many of the people entered into jungles. Right now, you just started your vehicle. And it is up to you to decide whether to land in the jungle or in the destination. Is it clear? Fine. Whoever have not started, start from this one. Whether you purchase, whether you download, that is up to you. First of all, do this activity. The moment once you do this one, then only you can understand what is what. See, what is the need of reading, sir, 9, sir, 10, sir, 11, sir, 12? Why there are 4, sir? And one very important logic I'll tell you. Whatever the chapters in 9th class are there in the 11th class. Almost all. Repetition. Sir, I read 1857 revolt, sir, here in the 9th class. Shall I skip in the 11th class? If it is for skipping, why the people have introduced in the 11th class? In fact, what you need to do there, when there is a chapter called as 1857 revolt in the 9th class, and the same chapter of 1857 revolt in the 11th class, as an intelligent aspirant, what you need to do, what are those extra points given in the 11th class? Definitely that is not one and the same chapter. Some extra points will be added. Why that extra points will be added? The people at the mind maturity of 9th standard are not in a position to grasp that topic, that point. Therefore, it is added in the 11th class where the people's maturity is somewhat more. You need to catch that point. That is analysis part. The remaining part, all the factual part. What the aspirants are doing, they are trying to know the actual means what? The factual part, forgetting the analysis part. What is that extra added part is more important than what is given in the 9th and the 11th. There will be common points. The common points, you can leave that one. Because that is a common point, you just have a glance of that one. But what is added further, that is the analysis part. You need to bank on that analysis part. Whoever is understanding that analysis part, yes, within no time, you can understand the UPSC and you can give the answer for UPSC questions. Is it clear? This is what is a very important strategy you need to follow in order to enter into the service. Clear? And that is how this is the way to enter into the servant category. Or you want to become the servants, right? That is a goal. In order to enter into the servant category, what do you need to do? You need to do this work. This is the homework for you. The homework for not one day. It is for until you enter into the category of servant. Is it clear? This is what. And this step, don't think that it is so easy. Whatever the program, whatever the policy, whatever the scheme that is introduced, you need to follow the scheme and you need to see the past scenario. Why this scheme is introduced right now? Why not in the past? What makes the government to introduce this particular scheme? That analysis is very, very important. Whoever is having the question of analyzing or question of questioning yourself or knowledge of questioning yourself, what is important is you need to question yourself. For everything, you need to question yourself. Whenever you are questioning yourself, then you can understand more. Now coming to our geography, without wasting much of our time, we have given enough information regarding the strategy for the preparation of UPSC. Right? Now, let us talk about our subject. What is our subject? It is. What is this one? What is the subject? What is this one? What do you mean by geography? Someone, let me put like this in other way. Probably you might have skipped this subject way back in your 10th standard. The moment you completed the 10th standard exam, you might have thrown the geography book, got relaxed, as if something like, 1 ton of weight has been removed from your body. Because such a dry subject, such a, what is called as uninteresting subject, right? This is what you people might be having the idea. But this geography and our UPSC geography, meaning what? The geography you read and our UPSC geography are quite different. Don't think that we will be reading the same as old geography. This geography is quite interesting. Why? Because it is the practical application. Why a leader should be having the knowledge of geography? Now you are a collector of one district. Why you require a geographical knowledge? Is not that much necessary or what? What happened to the climatic conditions of India way back in the 1857? That is important for a collector right now or what? No. Why geography is important for a collector? Is it that much important or not? Yes or no? Oh, yes, sir. That's why UPSC believed yes. Therefore, it has introduced a subject called as geography. And so, I also need to say yes. Yes, sir. This is your answer. Got the point? But why? Why geography is very important? As a district administrator, you should be knowing the geography of the region. If you don't know the geography of the region, you cannot win the war. I'll give you one best example. All you people are well aware of a very great personality called as Shivaji. Right? He revolted against the mighty Mughals. Mughals were in the peaks. Meaning what? They were all powerful at the point of time. Who was the only leader who got the guts to revolt against the Mughals? It was Shivaji. Where he revolted? Not in Delhi, not in some other area. Where he revolted? In his area, where he knows the geography of that area. He is the person who got victory against Aurangzeb. Why? Because he knows the geography of the region. The name of the warfare called as the guerrilla warfare. He became so victorious against the Mughals. Sir, right now there is no war. Shall I take a sword against the people? If I am a collector and if I know the geography, I can win the war against the people. So that is war, sir. There is now I am a collector of this district. What is the need of geography right now? As a collector, what is the only task of you is you need to enhance the economic status of the people in your district. In order to enhance the economic status of the people, in order to make the people to get more and more revenue, you should be knowing what type of soils are there in that area, how much of rainfall is happening in that area, what type of crops can be grown. If the people are cultivating other crops, you can suggest No, don't go for this type of crop because the soil is like this, because the rainfall is so much of rainfall. Let us skip this one, come to other crops where you will be getting more revenue. If you don't have the knowledge of that geography, again it will be very difficult for you to give some suggestions, make the people to understand, and very difficult to make the people to enhance their incomes. Ultimately, what is the important point is you need to make your people all powerful, financially self-sufficient. Whenever the people are self-sufficient, definitely country by default it will get developed. Got the point? For that task, you will be placed as a collector in order to make the people self-sufficient. Is it clear? For that, we need to have the knowledge of geography. This is what the importance of geography in the civil services. Now, what is geography? Come on. What is geography? All you people know this word, right? Geography. What is geography? Come on. Come on. Let you give the answer for this one. Very good. Perfect. 100% correct answer then. Study of slope. Very good. Too good. Study of earth. Right answer. Huh? The graphical study of the earth. Too good. Yes, surface of the earth and the phenomena that are taking place on the surface. Wonderful. Too good answer. Come on. Some more answers I want. Come on. Study about our surroundings. Study about the landform. Wonderful. Too good. Entirely included. Meaning what? All you people, because of your past knowledge. Why you gave the answers? Because you are having the knowledge of the past. Because the past knowledge, what you did, you have given the answer like majority of the people. Only one personality gave a different definition, like description of the earth. Majority of the people have given like study of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like earth, globe, slope, all these things were being given, like landforms and all these things. In fact, all these terms, all these subject names, basically they are basically the Greek terms. The Greek terms. What do you mean by geography is a combination of two Greek terms. One is called as geo, which is nothing but earth. Another one is called as graphy. What is the meaning of graphy? What? Yes, the graphy means what? It's nothing but description. It's called as description. Simply, if at all you are describing the region, because you came from different regions of India and now you are in Delhi. After going back to your area, you will be describing Delhi is like this, Delhi is like that. Meaning what? You are already a geographer. Whoever describes the earth, nothing but the description of the earth is called as geography. Once upon a time, the people are not having much knowledge. Why? Because their ability to travel to long distances is not there, because they don't have the facilities like motorbike. Right now we are having the bike, car, then even the flights. And so we are having the ability to travel to longer distances. But at that point of time, the people doesn't have so much of facility. At most, they'll be walking for some kilometers together. Wherever they go, they'll be keep on mentioning the writings about when I was walking through this one, there was a river, there was a mountain, there was a elevated land, there was a valley-like structure. They are describing the places where the people are moving. That very description became a new subject called as geography. What we believe is, it is a study of, what do you mean by study in the Greek language? Nothing but ology. If it is really the study, how that particular one developed, it becomes a geology. It becomes the geology. We are not going into the depth of the phenomena, whatever the phenomena that is there. We are not. The civil services, UPSC, under the general studies. The very name itself is general. It's not optional. It is a general study. General of geography. You need to know something about the geography. What is what? If the land is elevated like this, what it is called as mountain. The same land, if it is flat, it is called as plain. Got the point? No need to go into the mechanism, how it got developed. It is simply you need to describe the land. That is what the UPSC is asking. You need to have a general understanding of all the phenomena, not just the land. Above the land, what is called as the climate. Not only the climate, over the land, somewhere you can see the larger water bodies. You need to know about those bodies also. You try to understand what is there on the surface of the earth. Like water is there, land is there. At the same time, over the surface, gases are there. Because of these three spheres only, the life is happening. Therefore, you should be having the general understanding of all these spheres. That is what geography is. What is geography? Simply nothing but the description about the earth. The description of earth, how the earth is. What are the elements of the earth? What are the basic elements of the earth? What are the elements of the earth? Where the elements are otherwise called as spheres. The spheres of the earth. Like, if I draw this picture, then you will be having a very great connectivity. Like, this sphere is called as the land sphere. The land element. The element of the earth is land. What the earth is made up of? Rocks. When rocks are clubbed, what it is called as? Land. That is what the land sphere. In the Greek language, it is called as lith. Lith is nothing but rock. Rock layer. Nothing but lithosphere. It's called as the sphere. Then above the earth's surface, there are certain gases where it is called as atmosphere. Nothing but the gas sphere. Then finally it is called as the water sphere, the water body, which is called as hydrosphere. See this one, these are the Greek terms. This is a Greek term. This is a Greek term. What is the general English? Gas, land, water. This is the English, this is a Greek term. Meaning what? Whenever you are talking about any subject, you talk about any subject, maybe philosophy, maybe psychology, maybe law, maybe whatever the subject you take, every subject is having its own language. Every subject is having its own language. The language of the subject is called as jargon. What is jargon? Jargon is nothing but the language of that particular subject. Example. If I give you example, then only you people are having the clarity. Or else, you feel like it is also something, subject like Greek and Latin. Okay. What is the example? Suppose if a judge, the court judge wants to ask one collector to appear before him. How the judge will be writing a letter? I, the district judge of so-and-so district, I am requesting you, the collector of that particular district, you please come and appear before me. He will be writing like this or what? It's a common English or what? What he will be using the words? I summon you. You can't use that particular summon word in some other area. Like, if at all the doctor wants to invite the patient, the doctor will be, I summon you, come here and sit here. It will be or what? He cannot use the word. Got the point? For everything, whatever, suppose the judge has given the judgment. That is called as order copy. There is the order copy, that is the language which is called as the judgment copy. Right? The doctor writes something to the patient. Can you call this one as it is the order copy? Can you follow this one? If you follow this one, your disease will get cured. It's called as prescription. Why it should be called as prescription? Language of the subject. Got the point? That is what called as the jargon. On the same lines, each and every subject, along with each and every subject, our subject geography is also having the jargon. Whenever you are writing the answers, you need to insert here and there certain jargon words. Whenever you are inserting the geography jargon, that itself becomes the geographical answer. Or else it becomes a common answer. Like, whenever you are going somewhere, like maybe to the rural areas, and if you ask the people, what is happening right now to the world, maybe regarding the climate, then they will be giving more explanation than a learned person. They'll be giving much more explanation than the learned person, because they are there in that locality, they'll be explaining more. And if you are a collector, you don't know about that area and you are there, the people, local people are more knowledgeable than you, which come to your rescue to prove that you are great. It is jargon. Again, this is the another way. Writing the answer in a jargon language gives you good marks. At the same time, sometimes it saves your face also. Got the point? You know, this is you should not write this one in the exam. Okay. Just I'm telling you, it is also helpful for you in an informal way. Got the point? This is the jargon. Every subject is having the jargon. Now, see this one. Lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere. Do you think that rocks are having the life? Rocks are non-life products, right? Gas, nitrogen, oxygen is the life product or what? No. Water, do you think that water is having life? Maybe within the water life may be present, but water is a non-life entity. When these three non-life entities are clubbed together, wherever they are present, all three are present, then what develops? See this one. What is called as confluence or interjection of the three spheres. The three are non-life entities, but whenever they are clubbed together, what develops? It is life develops. What is there in our body? Rock material is there. We are all life, right? Plant life, animal life. We come under which life? Do you know this one? We are all big animals, where we are called as social animals. Got the point? Where we come across the animal life, not the plant life. Okay. There are only two types of life. One is the plant life, and one is the animal life. We come under the animals, right? Which are called as the social animals. Now, when we say that we are made up of lithosphere, we are made up of atmosphere, we are made up of hydrosphere. Sir, atmosphere meaning what? Gases, that I can understand, sir. We are inhaling the gases, exhaling the gases. I can understand the gas, and also I can understand the water. Every time I will be drinking the water, sir. Therefore, the water is going in and it is giving the life, that I can understand. But where is the rock, sir? Is there any rock? Is there in us or what? All we are made up of these products only. What is the rock? It is an aggregate of minerals. If you go to a doctor, doctor will be telling you, you are anemic. Meaning what? The deficiency in iron. You are deficiency in potassium. You are having deficiency in chlorine. You are deficiency in sodium, iodine. Whenever there is a deficiency in any one of the mineral, what happens? The doctor will be inserting that particular material. Right? And the main very important product called as carbon. All we are the carbon products. Entire our body, not just we, the animals and the plants, both they are made up of carbon elements. Because of carbon elements only, entire body is a carbon element. Whenever you are inhaling the pure oxygen, what the oxygen getting converted into? By the time it comes out, carbon dioxide. Because we are the carbon products. We feel, carbon as a culprit for the climate change and all these things. But what is carbon? That very carbon is we. Got the point? This is the very basic understanding, and this is how the life is there. Because of this one, see the contents of geography. Now I am going to the syllabus of geography. Based on this one. See, this is the general understanding. How the life has taken birth, this is the life. And based on this one, how our subject got connected, why our subject is so important, because it is connected to the entire life formation processes. Like, see the syllabus. Come on, you please write down all these syllabus. Let us talk about the syllabus of UPSC. What is the syllabus? And what we are going to study in the forthcoming classes. This is the order we'll be following. The same order I am going to explain right now. What I have given is the very base for the syllabus. This is the base for the syllabus, and this is the syllabus according to UPSC. In fact, geography can be classified into two parts. Geography is classified into two parts. One is called as physical geography. This is called as the physical geography. What do you mean by the physical geography? Nothing but physical elements. Whatever the elements you can see, you can touch, you can feel that one. Nothing but you can see the land, you can see the water, you can feel the gases, right? These are all the physical elements. This is the physical geography. Then, for what this study of the physical elements is that much important? Rock is there, mountain is there, let it be there. Why we need to study that one? Man is so selfish. Understand this one. The man is so selfish. If something is there in return from that one particular study, then only he will be concentrating on that study. Or else he will not be studying that particular subject at all. The best example. Why all you people want to know geography? Because you love geography like anything or what? Because it is giving some marks. Therefore, you are here to know geography. Or else, if there is a area where geography is being taught, you will be going and sitting and learning geography. Oh, geography is such an important subject. We need to know geography. And everyone will be trying to know geography or what? Because you are forced to know geography so that you will be getting some marks in the UPSC. That is what the attitude of the human, right? See here, when the physical geography is studied, how it is influencing the man. If this is not influencing, definitely he will not be studying at all. Therefore, the human geography has become very important for us to know what are the impacts of the physical features on the human. Why we need to study the rocks? Because they are impacting the human. Why we need to study the land? Because it is impacting the human. Why we need to study the gases? Because they are impacting the human. Because of their impact, how it is impacting, what happens, excess is there, what happens, deficit is there, and therefore we are reading all these things. Therefore, this part became the human part, ours part. Right? These are the two very important parts. Now, under the physical geography, let us talk only about the physical geography. Forget about the human geography for the time being. What are the chapters that are there in the physical part? The first and foremost one, let me write the English word also, like study about the land. All the description, study about the land in geography, it is called as geomorphology. It's called as geomorphology. The first and foremost chapter in our physical geography is geomorphology. Meaning what? What is this geomorphology? The very word itself is having a great meaning. What do you mean by geo? All you people know about geo, earth. Ology also you know, study. What do you mean by morphing? Nothing but changes. Meaning what? The earth is constantly changing. The earth's surface is constantly changing. It is not always the one and the same. It is keep on changing. When it is keep on changing, the study about the changes over the earth's surface is called as geomorphology. Whenever the land gets changes, what happens to the human? Because where are we standing on? We are standing on the land. We have constructed the land. If the land changes, what happens to the human? Therefore, we need to know. Where the land is frequently changing. Meaning what? Where the earthquakes are happening. Where the volcanisms are happening. If they happen, what we need to do? All these things will be studying here in the geomorphology. You cannot have the earthquake all of a sudden at one place. There are certain prescribed places where the earthquake can happen. We can predict that one. We are having the volcanoes, and also volcanoes will not be happening randomly wherever they like. There is a particular process why the volcanism has to happen. If the rivers are flowing like this, suppose one river is flowing from north to south like this. All of a sudden, river starts flowing from south to north. Then what happens? Can it happen? Can it happen? Every chance is there. It can happen. I'll give you one best example. It happened in India itself. I'll give you one best example. Like, there is a river called as Teesta. Some of you people might have heard about this river. The name of the river is called as Teesta. T-E-S-T-A. T-E-E-S-T-A. It takes birth in the northern Sikkim and drains over the Sikkim state, the capital city of Gangtok, then enters into the Darjeeling region, then the Siliguri corridor, and enters into the Bangladesh and turns as a tributary for Brahmaputra. It is a tributary for Brahmaputra. Meaning what? What do you mean by tributary? Its water will be joining the mighty river called as Brahmaputra. This is the Teesta river, what we know today. But this very Teesta river earlier in the ancient past, it was a tributary for Ganga river. It was a tributary of Ganga river. Just like, what happens? Just like our political parties. Today someone will be supporting one party. They'll be shifting their support to other party. And they'll be claiming, I am the real Shiv Sena. I am the real Shiv Sena. This is what the people will be fighting. Got the point? The loyalty will be shifted. The same thing happened here. Once upon a time, Teesta was a tributary of Ganga. At present, it became a tributary to Brahmaputra. What happened? What made the Teesta river to shift its loyalty? It is the change of the slope of the land. When the slope got changed, water, what can it do? No, I am so loyal to Ganga, I will be going towards Ganga and water will be going up like this or what? It cannot go. Got the point? Have you ever seen water climbing up? No. When the land was like this, the river was flowing. When the land got tilted like this, and so the river has to flow in other area according to the slope of the land. This is what happened. When such changes are happening, we should be in a position to understand what may happen in the future so that that particular area can be disaster proofed. We can predict some disasters and we can take some caution. Got the point? This is what the land changes. Whenever the land is changing, we should be knowing what type of changes are happening. We should be on our toes to understand the phenomena. This is what called as geomorphology. The next one called as regarding the gases. The study about the gases that are present around us. Is there any place on the surface of the earth where the gas is not present? On the surface of the earth, everywhere, wherever you go, you can find some gases. Right? If that gases are not there, definitely life will not be there. Right? Therefore, whenever we are surrounded by the gases, we should be knowing what type of changes can happen. Because of these changes in the gases, sometimes all of a sudden the rain happens. Sometimes there will be sweating condition. Sometimes you feel suffocated. Sometimes you feel like dipping in the water. Right? All these things happen. Meaning what? The changes in the gas composition will lead to impacts on the human life. This is what the knowledge of climatology. Nothing but climatology means what? Study about the climate. The study about the climate. The next very chapter is called as the climatology. Climate plus ology. Ology means what? Study. And climate. Climate is nothing but the changes that are happening over a period of time in the weather conditions, like temperature. Whatever the temperature, the class started, now the temperature are different. Right? Changes in the temperature. How there is a change. What happens if the intense change happens? What happens if the negative change happens? All these things we need to have some information. Again, general. Though the words like ologies are there, don't think that we are going into the depth of this one. General. A little bit of every topic. A little bit of every topic we should be having the information. That's why an IAS officer is called as Jack of all trades. Got the point? The civil servant is called as Jack of all trades. He's a Jack. Don't imagine you are Jack. You are having a hero. Oh, Jack, okay? Jack of all trades. Meaning what? You should be having the knowledge of all the subjects. Not in depth, just a brief knowledge. That is what they are asking. With this knowledge, can you become an atmospheric scientist? But what he can become? He can become a civil servant. Got the point? There is a very negligible line which differentiate up to what extent you should be knowing as a learned personality and what should be left. The depth of the concept we don't need to enter into. But up to what extent you should be having the knowledge, yes, we will be giving in the class. The next one, about the water, the third one. About the water, it is called as oceanography. It's called as the oceanography. These are the three very basic physical geographical elements. Meaning what? Now compare with the diagram I have shown. The three chapters like geomorphology, climatology and oceanography, which is giving rise to what is called as life. In Greek language, life is nothing but bio, and it is a sphere. This is called as the layer, the biosphere. Meaning what? We are the products of these three elements. The lith sphere, the climate sphere, nothing but the gas sphere and the water sphere. We are the products of these three spheres, where it is called as biogeography. In our geography, it is called as biogeography. This biogeography gave way for environmental geography. Right now, as on today, what happened? These two have become very, very popular. So popular because of their changing nature, because of humans' nature, humans' activities. There are so great changes that are happening in the environment because of life. Because of life, what is getting changed? The surroundings are getting changed, especially which sphere is getting affected? The gas sphere is getting affected. Due to this one, these two subjects were kept aside as a separate discipline under the name called as ecology and environment. Ecology and environment. This part, in fact, is a part and parcel of geography. But right now, UPSC have separated and given a separate status for that one under the name called as environment and ecology, which is a part and parcel of geography earlier. Right now, in our geography classes, we will not be entering into this one. This will be dealt separately, maybe by me or maybe by some other faculty. That's a different story. But this will be dealt as separate topic. Got the point? This is the environment and ecology, where you can, if at all you are going through the previous question papers, you will be coming across so many questions from this topic, because of the forest service. Indian Forest Service is also included in the same UPSC civil services. Therefore, it has become a separate discipline as of now. Here in our geography, we will not be entering into this part. However, since it is having the overlapping, here and there we will be explaining some topics of this one. Got the point? Then, after the geomorphology, climatology and the oceanography, then we will be talking about the Indian physical geography. Indian physical geography. Meaning what? This is the physical geography of the world. We'll be seeing the Indian physical geography. This is the physical geography of the world. The same process, the same phenomena, whatever we have seen in the entire world countries, how they are happening in one area called as India, which is called as the regional study. Specifically, we are selecting one region and we are studying what type of land is there in India. We have seen the land of entire world. Now specifically, in detail, we are going to the Indian land. What type of soil is there in India? Where you can find mountains in India? Where do you find the plateaus in India? Then we'll talk about the gas composition of India. What type of climatic conditions are there in India? When India is going to get the rainfall? When the world is getting rainfall in other season, why India is having rainfall specifically in so and so season? This is all about the Indian part. Again, the oceans of the world, what type of water bodies are there in and around India? What type of rivers are there in India? What are the tributaries of those rivers? What are the distributaries of those rivers? What do you mean by delta? All these things will be, all they are dealt here in the Indian part. The Indian physical part. This is about the physical geography, all about the physical part. Right? Take down all these 4 parts. Then coming to the human part. What we are going to discuss in the human part. The first and foremost one. What is this human geography? How the man is getting influence because of the physical part. Since he needs to live on a piece of land, he needs to inhale the gases which are surrounding him. At the same time, he needs to consume the water for his very survivability. When he is doing all those activity, how those elements, nothing but the physical elements, are influencing the human. How they are influencing? In the form of both economic aspects and social aspects, where it is called as the economic geography, another one is called as the social geography. These are the 2 parts which are included within the human geography. What are the 2 parts that are included in the human geography? Nothing but economic geography and the social geography. What do you mean by economic geography? Like, from where the man is getting the food from. Suppose if at all I am showing here itself. Like, from where the man is getting the food from. Like, because of supply of water to the land. He is doing an activity like agriculture. Whenever you are talking about the agriculture, we are not going to discuss the minimum support price, which crop is going to give more revenue to the farmer. That which crop will be giving more revenue to the farmer is a part of economic part, economy. In the economy also, the same chapter like agriculture of India will be there. See the beauty of this one. In the economy, whenever the economy faculty is going to take you the topic of agriculture, the chapter name is one and the same, agriculture in India. In geography also, there is a chapter called as agriculture in India. But the content of agriculture in India in the economy and the content of agriculture in India are quite 2 different. Sometimes in the question paper, whenever you are seeing the question, you feel like whether it is a geography question or the economy question. That's why very logically these people kept geography in the GS1, that is there in the GS3. Got the point? Whenever there is a question on agriculture in GS1, paper 1, where you need to talk about the agricultural aspect of geography. What we are going to study here? Which type of crops are grown in which type of region? Why those crops are restricted to only that area? Why some people are accustomed to have one unique food habit, nothing but dietary habits. These are all the things we are going to discuss. Meaning what? Simply, if I give differentiation between the North India and South India. The North Indian people are the roti eating people, right? Whereas the South Indian people are the rice eating people. If you give a North Indian a big plate of full rice, after eating all the rice, he'll be asking, "Ek roti hai kya?" The same is the scenario even with the South Indian. If you give a heap of rotis to a South Indian, after eating all those things, he'll be asking for chawal milega kya? Got the point? Because his appetite will not be satisfied without eating that one. They're used to. Because they are grown in that area. I mean, they are brought up in that area. They're born and brought up in that area. And therefore, they're accustomed to. Therefore, they want the unique diet. They are having unique dietary habits. But the question is, who is asking North Indian to eat only roti? Who is compelling the South Indian to eat only rice? See this one. It is geography which will be deciding everything. It is geography which will be deciding the human activities, like what to wear, what to eat, how you should be, everything is decided by geography. Whenever you are there in the North India, you are forced to eat roti. Because of the climatic conditions, because of low temperatures, because of having very great facility of the productivity of the wheat, therefore the people, as the wheat is produced on a great scale, and therefore the people are forced to eat the wheat products, whereas the temperatures are very high. Because of high temperatures, the product like paddy can be grown in the south on a rampant scale, more scale. When wheat is not produced on the same scale, the people are not interested. Interest means what? Whichever is availability, that becomes the interest. Got the point? Why the people of South India and North India are having different cultures? See, not just the food habits, not just the attire, nothing but the dress habits. Even the culture of the people also differ. Who will be deciding the culture of the area? It is again geography. What do you mean by the culture? Nothing but the way of lifestyle. Who will be deciding the way of lifestyle? How you should be, what type of food habit you should be having, what type of economic activity you should be having, everything will be decided by geography. Like, if I talk about the attire, let me give the best example for the attire. All we people know that the people in the western side, like the states like Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat, even Rajasthan, the people are having the pagadi wearing culture. Right? Pagadis are very common, and you see this one. The people are feeling so proud about their pagadi. What is this pagadi wearing culture? There may be religiously very great, culturally there may be many reasons, but finally it cooks up to the base. What is the base? It finally cooks up to the conclusion. It's all because of convenience. Because of the convenience, the customs develop. It's all the convenience. Why only these 4 states are having the pagadi wearing culture? Why not the eastern states like Assam? Assam is also having the culture where the culture is wearing the cap, hat, a big hat. It's not a small hat, it's a big hat which is having elongated bamboo made elongated one. Why the people are having the hats? If you go to any Assami house, in every house they will be keeping the hat on the wall. It's a culture. Got the point? Why these people are having that culture? Also, whenever you are talking about the North India, the people are having the woolen wearing culture, the so-called coats. They will be wearing the coats. If you go to South India, the people never will be wearing the coat. If you go by wearing coat, they will be looking at you in a variety angle. What is their attire? Their attire is lungi wearing culture. Though you may be the Prime Minister of India, though you may be a Vice President of India, never they will be coming by jeans pants or some other pants. They will be wearing lungi only. Why lungi wearing culture? Who asked the South Indian to wear only lungi? Who asked the North Indian not to wear lungi? If you wear lungi and go to the streets of Delhi, the people will be staring at you. Not only the people, even the dogs bark at you. Do you know this one? Dogs are also not liking you. Who asked you to not to wear? It is geography. The reasons, see the reasons. What are the reasons? Why there is a culture called as the pagadi wearing culture? Why? Come on, anyone? The Western India, listen this one. The Western India, right from times immemorial, what is there? The dryness is there. The rainfall is very low. The rain is very low. At the same time, the dry atmosphere, the dry climatic conditions. Because of dry climatic conditions, wherever the dry climatic conditions are there, the people are accustomed to protect their hair. You talk about any dry region, for that matter, why not Saudi Arabia? For that matter, any religion, any culture, right now it is called as culture, but all they are conveniences. Wherever the climatic conditions are very dry, wherever the dust is rampant, definitely you are forced to protect your hair. If at all you are not protecting your hair, you need to clean the hair every time. For cleaning hair, there must be enough water. Because of dryness, water is also not there. Therefore, you need to protect the hair. That has become a culture, nothing but the way of lifestyle. The convenience has become so rigid culture, and sometimes the people even criticize if at all you are not wearing. The same person can go to maybe France, can go to any other area where the dry climate may not be there. Yet they will be following the same culture. When that is questioned, the hurting of the feelings takes place. Because that has become a culture. Once upon a time it was a convenience, but it has become a culture. Got the point? Whenever it is culture, you have to accept. That's why the Eastern people, because of moist conditions, they no need to wear, they no need to protect the hair. Got the point? Then comes to the other one, the woolen wearing. If at all you are seeing the seasons of India, North India is having a distinct winter season. In the winters, the temperatures dip to almost all 0 degrees. Even in Delhi, it will be coming to 1 degree, 0.5 degrees. So low temperatures. You never find such a distinct winter season in the south. There is no winter season. In fact, openly we can tell that there is no winter season. For the sake of telling that there is a winter, yes, winter season is there. But if you go there, even in the peak winter like December or maybe in the January, you will be finding the temperatures of 30 degrees centigrade in the middle of the day. Maybe in the early morning, in the 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, the temperatures may be 10 degrees, 12 degrees. 10 degrees and 12 degrees should not be called as the winter. The 0 degrees centigrade, whatever it is there in the northern India, 1 degree, 2 degrees, 3 degrees centigrade, 4 degrees, the temperature will not rise to 30 degrees centigrade. Whereas in south, there is a distinct summer, not winter. Here, there is a distinct season called as both summer as well as winter. Because of such a winter season, the people need to protect their body from the cold, severe winter seasons. Therefore, the woolen clothes. Whereas the people there in south, they no need to protect the body from the severe cold. As such, there is no severe cold. Therefore, they want more coolness for the body, and so they'll be wearing the drapes. What do you mean by drapes? Lungi is a drape. Drape is a cloth where it is just stick to one part and it is left free. Like, door curtains. Door curtain is called as a drape. Meaning what? One end is free. It's not tighted. It's not stitched out. It's not tight. It is tight only at one side. It tied only to one particular point. That is what the drape. There the people are forced to wear the drapes. Here, if you wear the drape, what happens? Cold, chilly winters. Therefore, you need to cover the entire body. If I give this example, you won't feel, yes sir, because of summer, winter, all these things. It is not so good said. Then I'll give one example. That is also culture. What is a culture? What is the convenience? Listen this one. Now you will get connected like anything. Because that is a comparison between the Western world and the Eastern world. Now in India, if you visit any relative house, any friend's house, suppose a person came to a relative house or maybe a friend's house. When that fellow comes, the moment once there is a calling bell, then the women normally opens the door and invites, oh bhaiya, aap aa gaya, come on, chalo. Ek tanda sa, what is called as the buttermilk or cool drink, will be offered. That is what the culture, right? If any guest is coming to our house, what we'll be doing? The moment they come into our house, we'll be offering them the cold water or maybe buttermilk. That is what the culture. Why? Because this fellow came from outside, with the outside temperatures are very warm. Therefore, he needs to get relaxed, and we'll be switching on the AC, and water or the buttermilk or cool drink, some other thing will be offered. The same culture, the same house. Now it is the house in America, maybe Canada, maybe some other Western world like UK. The moment once the visitor comes, press the calling bell. The women opens the door. Oh, Mr. George came here. Come on, you enter into the house. Let's have a peg of wine. That is also a culture. Got the point? That is also a culture when the same thing happens. Oh, bhaiya aa gaya, chalo, ek peg maar le. How it will be? See, why there is a love? Because that is also culture which is accepted in India. This is also culture which is very common for the Western world. Though both they are the same type of lifestyles, but which are not acceptable in other areas. Due to the geographical conditions. Why? Because we being in the tropical areas, we no need to keep our body warm. Therefore, we don't require any wine. We require only a glass of pure water. There the people are living in the temperate world and the polar world. As such, the temperatures are not there. They need to keep their body warm, and therefore they are forced to take that one. Who is asking them to take? Our geography. Who is asking not to take? But what we are doing? Are we listening? We will be taking. Not this much. We will be taking this much. That's why you will be seeing the people who are falling on the road. Got the point? That is what the culture. Who will be deciding the culture? The convenience. Always, the culture itself is defined as the way of lifestyle. What is the way of lifestyle? Nothing but the way how they are conveniently living in one particular area. They themselves are getting accommodated into the nature. Earlier, the people are not having so great electrical gadgets like ACs. The people used to live in the nature. Within the nature, the people used to accommodate themselves. That is what the way of lifestyle. That is what called as culture. The lungi wearing culture there. Here, the coat wearing culture. Both they are the cultures. You should not criticize any culture because that is their way of lifestyle. This is their way of lifestyle. Don't criticize that culture of America because they need to keep their body warm. Got the point? That has become a very great tragic condition. These fellows, in the name of colonizations, they made us to do all these things. And we people right now got accustomed. If anyone is coming from abroad, yaar, do leke na. This has become a common thing. See, who made accommodated? I mean what? Who made us to do all these things? It is the Britishers. These fellows, there was a guy called as Thomas Roe. When this fellow came from East India Company, from UK, he gave do to Jahangir. After taking do, Jahangir gave so many rights to these fellows to do trading in India. That legacy is still continuing. Anyone is coming from there? That is what the concept that is happening. That also has become a culture. Now come to this one. In which area, what type of crops can be cultivated? In which area, what type of crops? Why the crop like, I will give one example, like again, cotton. Right? Where do you find the cotton growth? Normally in the black soils. The North Indian region are not the black soils. Now the people are cultivating the cotton only in the Deccan area, not in the Punjab, Haryana. Right? Why that is grown only in that area? Why it is not cultivated here in this area? Why paddy is alone grown in this area? Why that paddy, wheat is not grown in the southern region? All these things, the conditions we will be discussing here. That is what the agriculture of India. Then after the agriculture, we will be talking about the another very important topic which is called as the transport. What type of transportation are there in India and elsewhere in the world? Like the transportation, maybe the land transport, maybe the air transport, maybe the water transport. Where do you find the ports? Where do you find the harbors? Ports and the harbors, right? What type of developments right now that are happening, like world trade? How the world trade is impacting the Indian economy? All these things, in the case of transportation, how the transport will be impacting the trade and commerce, in turn the development of the nation. We'll be checking these things in the transportation. Then also we'll be talking about the resources, which is called as the distribution of key natural resources. It's called as the distribution of key natural resources. Distribution of key natural resources. What is a resource? Any substance which is having a utility is called as resource. Any substance which is having a utility is called as resource. Right now, all you are the substances simply for India. Right now, all you people are the substances for the government of India. The moment once you turn into a taxpayer, then you will become a resource for India. Got the point? That is what the meaning. What is a resource? The resource is the one which is having a utility. Whenever it is utilized, then only it will call as resources. What are the resources you can find? Like, the plant resources, the water resources, like the animal resources, like the mineral resources. Like, whenever you are talking about the distribution of the resources, let me give one best example. Whenever you are seeing the Himalayas, all you people know about the mountains called as Himalayas, right? Which are located in the northern India, right? Himalayas are Himalayas whether they are west or in the east. They stretched all the way from Jammu Kashmir region till Arunachal Pradesh. That is nothing but from the western side of the India towards the eastern side of India, right? All they are the Himalayas. When the Himalayas are the Himalayas, why the resources in the western Himalayas are completely different from the resources of the eastern Himalayas? What do you mean by the differences in the resources, sir? Now let me take the plant resources. Like, what is a very important plant that is grown extensively in the western side? You can find the apples, Kashmir apple. We'll come across Shimla apple, right? Always we call this one as the Kashmir apple, Shimla apple. We are fond of eating that one. The same Himalayas which are there in the eastern side, the states like Assam, the state like Arunachal, the state like Sikkim, why can't you find the Shimla apple in the Assam region where it should be called as Assam apple? Is there any apple called as Assam apple? Is there any apple called as Sikkim apple? Apples are the one which can be grown in the Himalayas. When Himalayas are there in the western side, the same Himalayas are there in the eastern side. Why can't you find the same resources? Apples are there in the western Himalayas, whereas in the eastern Himalayas, what is the dominant product that is grown in the case of plant is called as pineapples. Apple on one side, pineapple on one side. Who asked the eastern people to grow only pineapples? Who asked the western Himalayan people to grow only apples? Geography. Geography comes into picture. The pineapples are the main products that are grown here in the eastern side, whereas the apples are grown in the western side. Whenever you are talking about the very exotic product that is grown exclusively here in the eastern Himalayas, is the rampant growth of the plantation like tea. Tea is a wonderful product that is grown in the eastern Himalayas and is even exported to European countries. Assam tea, very famous. Darjeeling tea, very, very famous. Why can't there can be Shimla tea? Is also Himalayas? Got the point? Is it not Himalayas or what? It is also Himalayas. Kashmir tea is there? Is also a Himalayas? Why can't there can be a Kashmir tea? Such a huge area is there, but tea is not grown there. Who makes the difference between the resources? And what is that main reason? It is again, you will be seeing the very important products like strawberry, blackberry, blueberry, all confined to the western side. In the eastern side, the similar type of the fruit which is very much similar to that of the strawberry called as lychee is grown here. Lychees in the eastern Himalayas, strawberries in the western Himalayas. What made the product to turn from the berry to lychee here? Resources are getting changed. We will be seeing all these things like, why the western Himalayas are unique for some products, why the eastern Himalayas are unique for some other products. Got the point? These are the resources. Also, we'll be talking about the resources like water resources. We'll be talking about the resources like the mineral resources basically. Not just in India, we'll be talking about the minerals of the entire world. Again, in India, why you can find more minerals in one area? Why the mineral study is very important? Because minerals are the one which are meant for the economic development of the nation. How? Minerals are the main resources for the industrialization. For the industries, any country, if it is developed industrially, definitely it is called as economically developed country. For the economic development of the country, mineral study is very important. What type of minerals are found in India? Why they are found in that area alone? What type of minerals are not found? Why they are not there in India? All these things will be discussing here in the distribution of key natural resources. Then comes within the next topic, within the economic geography, we need to talk about the factors affecting the location of industries. Factors affecting the location of industries. Location of industries. When we talk about the industries, we are not going to talk about what do you mean by MSME Act, what do you mean by large scale industry, what is small scale industry. We are not into that economic topics. We will be discussing why one particular industry is located in one specific area. Nothing but spatial studies. If I give you the best example, if you talk about the iron and steel industries, majority of the iron and steel industries are located in the Chota Nagpur region, like Chhattisgarh, then Jharkhand, then Odisha, then Bengal, nothing but West Bengal. Only in this area, majority of the iron and steel industries are located. Why? What sin Rajasthan did? Why there is no iron and steel industry in Jammu and Kashmir? Why not in Himachal Pradesh? Why not in Uttar Pradesh? Such a big state and so politically developed. Why there is no iron and steel industry? There must be at least one industry, right? Why? Because you cannot establish industries wherever you want. For the location of an industry, there are certain factors that are deciding. The factors that are affecting the location of industries. Every year in the mains part, continuously a question is being asked. Like, why the iron and steel industries are located there only? Why the cotton textile industries are located only in the western part of India and the southern part of India? Why the fertilizer industries are located in the certain regions? Why the cement industry is located in the northeastern part of the Madhya Pradesh area? Every industry has got certain location. Why that particular industry is located in that particular area only is the concept of this topic. We will be seeing all the industries. What make the industries to locate in a specific area? Is it a government policy or it is a natural tendency of the industries? It is a natural tendency of the industries to locate in a specific regions only. This is the principle that is followed everywhere in the world, not just in India. We will be seeing the each and every industry. Then, after this one, we will be talking about the next very important concept of very important geophysical events, geophysical phenomena like earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis, cyclones, etc. The important geophysical phenomena like earthquake. What do you mean by earthquake? What do you mean by cyclone? What is a tsunami? What is a volcanism? Where they are happening? Why they are happening? Why they are not there in India? Why you can find only in the some other parts of the world? In India, you can find only in Andaman Nicobar region only regarding the volcanoes. Why not in entire India? Why can't there can be a big volcanic mountain in the middle of the Karol Bagh? We love volcanoes. Let there be volcano. Can we ask the nature to have a volcanism here? They can't happen. You cannot see these volcanoes wherever you want. There are certain specific areas. Meaning what? What you need to understand here? The nature is highly disciplined one. All the events, whatever the events that are happening in the nature, all they are having as definite phenomena. You cannot find rain whenever you want. You cannot find a very great, what is called as a cyclone whenever you want. You cannot find the tsunami whenever you want. all they are happening in that specific areas, in the specific seasons, in the specific locations only. All they are happening in a definite, disciplined order, in a phenomenal way. We need to understand what is that phenomena. Whatever is happening right now in the entire world, the climatic conditions are perfectly following a order. They are not happening randomly. Right? This is what the condition is called as important geophysical phenomena like earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis, cyclones, etc. All these things we will be discussing. Then, after this one, we will be talking about the other topics like the key are critical changes. Critical changes. Changes in the key geographical features. Key geographical features like water bodies, ice caps, flora and fauna. Meaning what? Because of the human's action right now in the modern world, what is happening? There are certain critical changes, not simply the change. See, there is a difference between the change and the critical change. If it is simply a change, the people in the UPSC might have given, list out the changes that are taking place on the surface of the earth. They might have given the statement like this, but they are mentioning that they are the critical changes. What do you mean by the critical change? When the change happens, that change is permanent. There is no question of reverting back. There is no question of going back to the normalcy. That is what the critical change. The critical change that is happening in the case of water bodies. Whenever you are talking about the water bodies, what are the water bodies? Like lakes, like ponds, even the larger seas. There are many water bodies in the world where they are changing continuously. I'll give you one best example. There is a sea called as Aral Sea. A-R-A-L-S-E-A. There is a sea called as Aral Sea. What is this Aral Sea? Where is this Aral Sea? Heard at least? Very good. Aral Sea, there is a sea called as Aral Sea, which is as a common sea between the Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan in the Central Asiatic countries. This sea got spread into the Kazakhstan as well as into the Uzbekistan. This sea, what is happening every day, day after day, it is shrinking in size. And the report says that within no time, if the same conditions prevalent, another 10 years, hardly 10 to 15 years, this sea will not be a sea at all in the future on the planet Earth. Meaning what? Some of the water bodies are changing critically. What is the critical change? There is no question of again going back to the older scenario. The change already initiated. That is what the changes that are happening in the water bodies. At the same time, the changes that are happening in the ice caps. Because of again the human action. What the man is doing, he is burning the fossil fuels on a great scale. Because of this one, the composition of the gases are changing. The percentage of CO2 and other GHGs, nothing but greenhouse gases compositions are increasing. Because of such increasing of the gases which can trap the heat energy, global warming is happening. Due to that global warming, climate change is happening. Due to that climate change, some of the ice caps everywhere in the world, not just in the Arctic and Antarctica, even the ice caps in the Himalayas, ice caps in the Northern American region, in the Southern American region, also in the European region, all they are getting affected. I'll give you best example, like there was a glacier. What is a glacier? Huge ice block. There was a glacier in our Uttarakhand region. The name of the glacier called as Chorabari Glacier. It's called as Chorabari. C-H-O-R-A, Chorabari Glacier. That Chorabari Glacier is no more a glacier today. Earlier we were having a Chorabari Glacier, but right now that very glacier got converted into lake. What is the difference between the glacier and a lake? Lake is a water body. Glacier is a block of ice. What made the ice to get converted into water? The climate change. That is a critical change. Already happened. Clear. That is what the changes that have happened in the ice caps. Not only in the ice caps, even in the flora and fauna. What do you mean by flora? Nothing but the plant kingdom. Fauna, nothing but animal kingdom. Within the flora and fauna, there are wide changes that are happening. Meaning what? Suppose if this is the globe, this is the equator, right? Because of our knowledge in the lower classes, what we know is equatorial region is the area of high temperature. Polar area is the area where the temperatures are low. Right? This is what everyone knows. Right? Now, based upon the temperature availability in this area, what type of temperature is there? More temperature. Therefore, some specific plants can be grown. Like the best example, neem. Where you people are well aware of the product called as neem plant, mango plant, that requires high temperature. Because of high temperature, you can find the products like neem, you can find the products like mango, tamarind, sal, teak, all they can be grown here only. Whereas the same products like teak, sal, mango, tamarind cannot be seen in this area. In this area, you can find some other species, like maybe the softwood variety species because of low temperatures. Here you can find the hardwood variety of species because of high temperature. Meaning what? Each and every species, whether it may be a plant species or animal species, every species is having certain degree of tolerance, which is called as level of tolerance. Based on the level of tolerance for the temperature, for the pressure, for the availability of the water, the species will be distributed according to their level of tolerance. Got the point? Species will be distributed according to the level of tolerance. Because of having higher level of the tolerance, for the species like mango, for the species like sal, for the species like teak, for the species like tamarind, because of higher level of tolerance they are present here. Because of having lower level of tolerance, you can find the products like birch, you can find the products like pine, you can find the product like cedar, you can find the products like willow. These are the products you can find in this area because of low temperature. Every species is having their level of tolerance, and so they are distributed in certain areas. Now this level of tolerance is getting changed. As and when the global temperatures are rising, whatever the temperatures which are present here have distributed up to this latitude, this area. Got the point? Whatever the temperature which is supposed to be only up to this area, now you can find in this area. Therefore, these species, they started growing from here to here. They are growing in this area also. When the species are growing in this area, what happened to those species which are native to this area? They need to migrate some other area because of favorable climatic conditions. Therefore, the species which are located here, they need to shift to some other area. Finally, the species which are located here, because of keep on warming temperatures, they need to go out of the planet Earth. What do you mean by they need to go out of the planet Earth? Nothing but they are turning extinct. This is what is happening. And we are seeing all these extinctions. Our generation is so blessed generation, we are seeing all sorts of ill effects made by the man. Got the point? That's why the young generation, like, there is a girl called as Greta Thunberg. What the statement she has given? When the age old generation, they are giving a speech in the climate change summits, we are having the great hope on the young generation. When they said this one, she stood up and revolted against the age old Buddhas. She started questioning, what have you left for us? What you left for us? You left us pollution. What you left us is the melting glaciers. You left us with the polluted plastic material. You left us with all sorts of degradation conditions. And how can you hope something from us? How can you hope something betterment from us? How dare you? The old Buddha. This is what she said. And everyone applauded. Do you know this one? Never heard? Didn't came across? Very young girl who is of just 12 years of age. She came to the climatic summit and she questioned, how dare you, the older generation people, to have great hope on the younger generation? What you did? You have polluted everything. What you have left as a pristine product? There is no pristine product at all. All the products are polluted. The food is polluted, the water is polluted, the air is polluted, and you are expecting a great hope on us? How dare you? This is what she said. Got the point? This is what the extinction that is happening. Apart from all these things, now what we have discussed? We have discussed the economic geography. And what about the social geography? What do you mean by social geography? Nothing but societal. The societal elements. What are the societal elements? What type of population is there in India? What type of population in India? Meaning what? How the population is changing. The demographic changes. The demographic changes. Like density. How the density is changing. How the sex ratio is changing. What about the literacy? Some states are having great literacy, some other states are having least literacy. How it is changing? What do you mean by the sex ratio? The composition of the male and the female. See the nature. The nature is so beautiful. If we leave everything to the nature, nature will be perfectly balancing equal number of male and the female. We no need to do anything. If there are 50 female, definitely nature will be providing 100 male. That is what the beauty of the nature. But the man came into picture. This fellow with his knowledge, he himself said that is a great scientific advancements. Because of his great scientific advancement, his innovation, his creativity, what has happened? We have given some preference to one particular sex. Due to which, what is happening in the case of Punjab and Haryana? For every 1,000 male, only 880 female are there. What should happen to the remaining 120 male? Should they become the Prime Minister of India? Or should they become the leader of opposition leader? What's the point? The ex leader of, ex leader of opposition. Do you think that they need to become like this or what? And on the other side, in the state of Kerala, where the female is overthrowing the male number, like for every 1,000 male, there are 1,080 female. They need to become Mayawati or what? Or some other person like the Bengali tiger. Got the point? Meaning what? There is an imbalance. Maybe I may be giving some of the examples, but don't come into that one. Jokes are jokes, but understand the essence. Why I'm giving the name? So that you can get connected. You need to understand the realistic picture. Got the point? Don't have any hard feeling. Sir, I'm the hardcore fan of our great opposition leader. I know, I'm also fan. Okay? I'm also fan of PM. That's a different story. But you need to understand the essence there. What is the one? The balance of male and female is disturbed by the man. If we leave everything to the nature, nature will be balancing perfectly. But man is not leaving everything to the nature. He called himself as a great intellectual animal. And his intellectuality itself is degrading all these things. Is it clear? This is about the population studies. We will be talking about the theories in the population. There are a number of important concepts like demographic transition model. What happened to our India? India, even today, because of certain states, the states are called as Bihar. Some of the states, let me give the states like Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and UP. Because of these states, India is having excess of population, so great population, and so the states are called as, India is having somewhat, Bimar because of these states. It's not given by me, the government of India, right? The government of India itself is telling that these states are called as the Bimaru states. And the very recent report, there is a magazine called as the journal, the medical journal. There is a journal called as the International Medical Journal, where its reports are highly authentic. The name of the journal is called as Lancet, Lancet. The Lancet Medical Journal recently has predicted one very great prediction. And by seeing that one, all the people in India are raising their head up like this. What is that prediction? Anywhere between 2025, 2027, we are going to the world's number one in population. Got the point? Definitely we are going to be the number worlds in the world, but in terms of, we are going to overtake. Neck to neck competition is there. We are going to cross China within no time. Got the point? This is the prediction given by the medical journal called as Lancet. At least, we are going to be the world number one. At least one point or other field, we should be number one. What happened recently? I'll give you one small incident and we'll go for a break. Okay. What is that small, very small development in between 2001, in between 2011? In a span of how many years? 1 decade, right? Within a span of 1 decade, how many people were added in India? It is 18 crores of the people, which is considered to be the least population added per decade. Earlier it was 21 crores, earlier it was 24 crores, earlier it was 28 crores, earlier it was 36 crores. Therefore, it is the least amount of population that were added, 9 crores of male, 9 crores of female. This is what the division. When the Statistical Commission, at that point of time, there was a chairman of National Census Commission, by name Mr. What is the name of this Uttar Pradesh cadre IAS officer? Rajamouli. There was a guy called as Rajamouli who happens to be right now, recently got retired, okay. He was the census commissioner at that point of time, in between 2001 to 2011. With a great jubilation, he gave a statement. Never in the history of India, independent India, we have added so least population in the span of 1 decade. This is a statement he has given. The very next day, the Hindu analysis, the so-called, what is this called as? The middle of the editorial. What was there in the editorial? They are giving the statistics like the world's largest populated countries. Second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, right? What is the population composition? See the population composition. According to 2011 census, it was 141 crores of people. It is 120 crores of people. The first and two are neck to neck. See the third ranking country. Though it is the world's third largely populated country, what was the population in the year 2011? It is how many USA population equivalent to one Indian population? Come on, tell me. You always compare India with USA. Had it is in USA, it would not be the case. This is what the younger generation feel like. But how many USAs is equals to one India? Approximately. How much land is there in USA? 4 times larger than the Indian geographical area. When the population is 4 times less and the land is 4 times more, don't you think that the developments will be there? Be proud to be Indian, though it is having such a great population, yet a small land, yet we are good enough. Got the point? Now, see the one. The fourth one. The fourth largely populated, 24 crores. The fifth largely populated, it was 18 crores. Meaning what? In one decade, we have inserted one Brazil into India. What is the size of the Brazil? Almost all 4 times larger than India. Geographically, it was 4 times larger than India. Then the people started giving the explanation. No. Ours is a tropical country. The temperatures are very high, so the reproductive rate is also very high. What is Brazil? Is also a tropical country. When the Brazil cannot perform, from the times immemorial, we performed in 1 year, 1 decade. That is what the greatness of our Indian population. 1 decade, if at all, you keep on inserting the world's largest populated countries into India, what happened to the future generations? Got the point? This is what the scenario right now. And so there is a heavy competition. You talk about any post, heavy competition. And don't you think that the competition will be very high for the premium post like IAS officer? And so you need to work smarter. Is it okay? This is all the syllabus. After the break, I will give the resources. Then we'll talk about the first chapter. We'll be entering into the first chapter with a small introduction on other things. Right? Is it okay? Go for a small break. After the break, we'll meet with the resources. Yes, welcome back. Enough break is there for you? Sufficient break is there? Got rejuvenated? Refreshed? Fine. Any problem? Okay. Even if there is any problem, you please adjust yourself. Okay. Now, let us start with the resources. From where we will be taking the inputs for the forthcoming classes. What type of books you need to refer. At the same time, whenever the content is beyond from the book, which should come to the rescue? Your class notes should become the main source. Because your class notes will be a culmination of many textbooks. Majority of the textbooks are from the abroad authors. Basically, the geomorphology is from USGS. Nothing but United States Geological Survey. That is the authentic source. But whereas the climatology is from the source called as NOAA. National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, that is of Americas. So the culmination of the modern concepts and the age-old traditional concepts. The age-old traditional concepts are there in the NCERT, which are the standard concepts. So we will be going to those standard concepts. At the same time, the modern inputs, like the best example, El Nino. Whenever you're talking about El Nino, then La Nina, also the other concepts like Madden-Julian oscillation. These are the modern concepts. Whenever it comes to the modern concepts, neither our NCERT nor any Indian publication will be speaking about those things. They are silent because of not having the wider data with them. Therefore, we are forced to depend upon the some other sources. Our class notes will be the culmination of all the modern sources from different abroad authors. At the same time, the core is from our NCERT. What is very important for your reference? The class notes should become the reference. Got the point? Let us not keep so many books with you for the sake of geography. Geography is the one which needs to be studied in a limited way, so that you can get maximum marks. Don't refer so many books. You are free to refer so many books in other subjects, but not in geography. Let us not go to so many books in geography. I will be requesting you, in fact, not even suggesting you. Let us not go to so many sources. I'll be giving a few sources, maybe 4 small books, not such a bulgy books. A small 4 books which are of NCERT again. At the same time, I'll be giving the class notes. Whatever is given in the class notes, that needs to be supported with the NCERT. More than sufficient. Let us not go beyond that one. If at all you are interested to go beyond, that is your wish. But for our UPSC, that is more than sufficient. What are the sources? Come on, let us talk about the sources. The sources. The first and foremost one, the book called as NCERT, class 11. In the class 11 part A, part B are there. Part A is talking about the world part. This is the world part. Always part B or part 2 is talking about the Indian part. What is that book which is under the part A called as the Fundamentals of Physical Geography? Fundamentals of Physical Geography. Then here the fundamental of nothing but the Indian geography. The fundamentals of the Indian geography, which is also called as India Physical Environment. This is the title of the book. The Physical Environment. These are the first two books which are related to the physical geography. Then comes to the human geography. Shall I scroll up? Yes. Again, NCERT, class 12. Again, part A, part B. Part A talks about the world part. Part B talks about India. Here, the fundamentals of human geography. The fundamentals of human geography. It is India, land and the people. These are the 4 basic books. Apart from these 4 basic books, you need to read one more book specifically to certain specific topics, whatever the topics I enlist in the class. For those topics, you can go for another book called as the Certified Physical and Human Geography by G.C. Leong, also called as Go-Cheng Leong. Another small book. Let us not overburden with the so many resources. Let us stick to only a few books. Right? These are the only books you need to refer. These are the references. What makes the main course? Like, if at all you are going to the restaurant, starters, main course. What is your main course? Our class notes. Our class notes should be the main source for you. Right? This is the class notes. Along with this one, there are certain few books you need to follow. Rather than books, I can call them as the mandatory inputs. What are those mandatory inputs? One is Atlas. What is Atlas? Atlas is a book. Come on, define Atlas. Atlas is a book which is having maps. If you don't have Atlas, you will be at loss. Okay. Without Atlas, you cannot discuss geography. A very, very important input called as Atlas. You can purchase any atlas, whatever the company it may be. Maybe Oriental Black Swan, maybe Oxford, whatever the atlas that is available in the market, purchase that one, but make sure that that is school atlas. That is school atlas. What do you mean by school atlas? Nothing but very basic. We are going to the basics, not so like, higher studies. No need to go for such a high one. We are what is called as low profile, basic, calm, steady, but strong. What the point? That is what the one. Strong in the concepts. This is the book, Atlas. Very, very important. In the next class, meaning what? Tomorrow, I hope everyone should be having their own atlas. Peeping into the other's atlas is a crime under the section. Okay? You should not peep into the other's atlas. Everyone should be having their own atlas. And don't open the so-called gadgets and type whatever I say. What happens whenever you are typing on the so-called electronic gadgets? If you type a place, it will directly take you to that place without understanding the periphery. What is important, you need to understand the surroundings. The moment once you know the surroundings, if you enter, then it will be good. Don't type on the smart screens. When I say open atlas, you should be seeing the atlas only. Mandatory. It's a mandatory. Whatever the company, Oriental Black Swan, yes. Oxford, double S. Then, if at all you are having yes Chand, yes. If at all you are having the one, don't purchase again. Don't waste time and money. Both they are very, very valuable things. In the entire life, don't waste these two. Right? If at all you are having any old atlas, even though it is old, don't think that that is old atlas which is not useful for us. Atlas is atlas. Whether it is old or new, the same thing. In fact, if it is old, that is too good. Old is gold. If you are a senior, maybe your brother, maybe your sister or some other one is giving you the old atlas, you take that atlas. Don't purchase again. It may encourage you, the new books may encourage you, but the old books give you more knowledge. Don't waste money, right? If at all the old book is available, just take that one. Yes, Chand, yes. Even Oxford, yes. Oriental Black Swan, yes. Even if at all you are having any other atlas like Penguin, yes, too good. Penguin atlas. But don't purchase. If at all you are having, yes, continue with the same thing. Right? This is the inputs. These are all the inputs. Nothing more than this one. See, the sources are very, very less. Just 4 books along with this one, the class notes, along with the another one called as DC Leong. These are the only sources. Along with this one, there are 2 magazines. There are 2 magazines which are not just useful for geography, also useful for so many other subjects like IR, like agriculture, like the industries, like for so many sectors like society, or for even environment, for disasters. For all these things, the 2 magazines are very important. You please keep on reading these magazines right from the beginning. The first step, what is the first step? History, politics, geography and economy. Once you are done with the NCERT, then you need to talk about those 2 magazines. One is called as Yojana. Another one is make it as a habit to refer these magazines. Make it as a habit, because whatever the articles that are given in these governmental magazines, the second step of our strategy, what is the second step? Follow the government. Whenever you want to see the governmental policies and their evaluation, like say for example, all you people know one of the very important program called as NREGA, right? It's called as Mahatma Gandhi Nirega. This is what you might have come across, right? National Rural Employment Guarantee Program or scheme, something, right? NREGA. Whenever that scheme is there, articles will be there on those schemes. Not just one, I'm giving one example. On those schemes, their performances, whether it has achieved the result or it is waste of money, all the ideas will be given as the input according to their author's view. you can make use of those views of the author and you can put as your view in the exam paper. Got the point? You will be having both the positives, the positive points of the program. You will be getting even the negative points of the program. Evaluation. What do you mean by evaluating? You should be knowing both the positive as well as the negatives. Then only you will be in a position to evaluate. Right? For the evaluation, you should be having positives as well as the negatives. Who will be giving both? One article will be talking about the positivities. The other article will be talking about the negativities of the same program. Whoever is seeing the program from the outside, he can evaluate whether it is good or bad for the country. Is it okay? These two magazines are not just for geography, they are useful for so many other subjects. Therefore, don't club in this one. You make it as a habit to read these two governmental magazines, which are every month they will be there, and you need to read these two books as a mandatory condition. Whether that is useful right now or it is useful for your exam writing or test writing, don't compare. But those inputs will be very much useful for you in writing the UPSC mains paper. Even some of the topics of the prelims also. Is it clear? It should be a habit for you. And these are the only resources, references books. This is important. Is it clear? This is about the entire introduction to geography. What is geography? Now you came across something regarding the knowledge of geography. Like what are there in the geography, physical part, what is there in the physical part, what is there in the human part. All these things you are having a rough understanding right now. Now let us, without wasting the time, let us enter the main course called as the geography. What is the first chapter? Let us start with the physical geography. What is the first chapter? What is the first chapter in the physical geography is geomorphology. Why we need to start with the physical geography? Why not directly with the human geography? Because it is the physical geography which will be affecting, impacting the lifestyle of the people, the way how they live, the way how, what are the food habits, what are the dress habits, everything is being impacted. So influence of the physical part will be there on the human part. And so, discussion of the physical part becomes a mandatory as a first chapter, not as a physical human geography. You cannot take the physical geography. You cannot take the human geography and you can read the physical geography later. No. First of all, you need to have the knowledge of the physical geography. Then you can apply the same knowledge to the human part. Right? What is the first chapter? We will be starting from the physical geography. The first chapter should be regarding the land. Nothing but geomorphology. Ology, study. Geo means what? Earth. Morphing means what? Changes. The changes that are happening over the earth's surface. Now, before going to the study of land on earth, the question is, where is earth? Where is earth? What is earth? Earth is a round ball made up of the rocks. But where it is? It is present in a system called as solar system. But where is the solar system? It is there somewhere in a galaxy. What do you mean by galaxy? Where is that galaxy? It is there in the universe. Therefore, in order to enter onto the land, you need to have some rough understanding about the universe. Before going to land on our earth, let us discuss something around the earth, which is called as the part of universe. Don't expect any questions from this part. But in order to know the earth, we need to talk something regarding the surroundings of the earth. And so we are talking about that surroundings in a brief manner. That is the topic of astronomy, not our geography. let us talk something regarding around the earth. Then we'll go to the earth and we'll be discussing each and every part of the earth. Is it clear? Now, one small question. What is the method of approach for you for the entire civil services, not for geography, for entire civil services? I am going to explain you with the help of a map. Then you can get connected. Suppose if this is, what is this one? All you people are well aware. What is this one? Roughly, if it is India, right? All you people know that these are Himalayan mountains, right? These are Aravalli mountains. These are Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats. Now, just try to introspect. In our lower classes, we discussed that under the heading called as the mountains, we have given the names of the mountains like Himalayas, Aravallis, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats. Right? When our class teacher in our class 6 or class 7 has given all these mountain names, no one had a doubt in the mind, like when they are called as Himalayan mountains, when they are called as the Aravalli mountains, why these mountains which are under the heading called as mountains should not be called as Western mountains and Eastern mountains? Why they are called as the Western? Why they are called as the Western Ghats and why they are called as Eastern Ghats? Are the Ghats and the mountains are one and the same? If they are one and the same, then we can call Himalayan Ghats. Can we call Aravalli Ghats? Never in any textbook it is given like Himalayan Ghats. Never in any textbook it is given like Western mountains. Every time in every textbook, every material it is given like Western Ghats, Himalayan mountains. What is that questioning attitude that should develop in your mind is when it is a heading called as our mountains. Why the Western and the Eastern are not called as Ghats? If anyone will get that doubt, that person becomes a very great collector from this batch. Meaning what? I'm not asking you to question in a unreasonable way. You need to question you. You need to question yourself. When there is a heading like mountains, when I'm talking about the 7th class, in your 7th standard or in the 6th standard, when the teacher said about these mountains, ma'am, why these mountains are not called as mountains? Why they should be called as Ghats? That questioning attitude, the moment once you develop that attitude right from now, what my request to you is, you need to develop that type of attitude because civil services required a special type of approach. Whatever is given on black and white paper, don't believe everything is perfectly correct. Whatever is given in any material, don't believe everything is perfectly true. You need to question yourself. Why they should be called as Ghats? Meaning what? If they are really mountains, they should not be called as Ghats. If they are really Ghats, Ghats are also equivalent to mountain. That knowledge you should be developing. Questioning yourself. Since it is a class number 1, I am giving you right from the class 1 how to develop the approach towards the civil services. Meaning what? You need to go to such a level where there must be an utmost clarity. The moment once you close the eyes, everything should be very clear. As if you have watched a movie. Got the point? Right from your childhood days, you are watching the movies. After coming out of the movie, will you be asking anyone a doubt? Hey, what is that scenario in the movie? I didn't understand. Please explain. Will there be any topic in the movie where you didn't understand? At the same time, will there be any such topic after going out of the class? I understood everything. There is no doubt at all. Will there be any such attitude? What makes the difference between the movie and the class? Why the movie is very much clear to you, why the class is not so clear? I'm having that doubt in chapter number 1. I'm having that doubt in chapter number 2. This is what you will be explaining whenever you are asked. The same you will not be giving any complaint again any director like, sir, that in that movie, that doubt is there. Why is that doubt? There is a doubt in the reel number 1. There is a doubt in the reel number 10. Will it be the case? That is very clear. That is all clear. This is no clear. Why? Because there you are involved. Here, it is mechanical. You are not involved. If you really involve, such type of doubts will be there in the mind. The moment once you question yourself, you will be doing more work. When you work, definitely you will be getting good clarity. What is important in the civil services is the conceptual clarity. Concept should be very clear. Don't try to by heart the things. That is the first rule in the UPSC. Never by heart. You should be having the entire mechanism at your disposal. The mechanism should be clear to you. Whenever the mechanism is there, suppose if there is a concept of earthquake, how earthquake happens? Don't by heart. You should be having the mechanism. Whenever such conditions occur, definitely earthquake will be there. Whenever you are talking about the cyclone, what should be clear? Mechanism should be clear. Whenever these conditions are there, definitely cyclone will be there. This is what you need to develop in your mind. Again telling you for the last time, don't by heart the things. Makhi. Got the point? You don't understand that one? What is this makhi? There were 2 students where they are copying. One fellow read everything and he was writing very fastly. The other fellow, like me, was copying. The fellow from where this fellow is copying, unfortunately, because of some problem, what happened? There was a small mosquito and that fellow kept the mosquito as it is. And this fellow who is copying, he felt like, in my paper, the mosquito is not there. This fellow caught the mosquito and kept the mosquito there. Maki. Meaning what? Copying as it is. That is what the by heart. Don't go to the by hearting things. You need to have a very good clarity regarding the concepts. Conceptual understanding should be there, right? This is the first point where you should be knowing. For this, I am giving the example, right? Whenever you are talking about the mountains, when you come across the words like Ghats under the heading like mountains, question yourself, are the Ghats and the mountains are one and the same or not? If at all they are not same, why they should be called as Ghats? Till now, I bet many of you have not questioned yourself. Even the doubt is there, you have suppressed yourself. In the UPSC, there should not be any such suppression. At that point of time, you are a small kid. If you raise such question, the teacher will be having a very great instrument, a very sophisticated instrument at that point of time. Therefore, you are forced not to ask the question. But right now, here, you should develop that concept. That was suppressed in our lower classes. In our Indian system of education, that was suppressed. Creativity was suppressed. And what was developed? Printing press, Xerox. Do you remember? In your class 10, class 9, class 11, class 12, the teacher used to give the important questions. Important answers. How come there can be an important question? Other or unimportant questions are what? When it is unimportant, why it is included in the syllabus? Point number 1. The second one, how we wrote our exams, especially in the BTech. How you got graduated, that you know very well. Especially BTech. I'm not talking about MBBS, okay? Graduation in the BTech, how we have paused the exam, the very semester, the last semester. In the last semester, what happens? So many backlogs will be there. All they will be clear at a stroke. Sixer. Happened? That won't work here in the UPSC. Change. Whatever you need to change, you change yourself. What should be there? Questioning attitude. You need to question. You need to be innovative. You need to be creative. You need to imagine more. What I can do is, I will be drawing each and everything. Like, whenever I want to show India, I can show India. If at all I want to show the other thing, like maybe a world map. If at all I want to show a world map, I will be again drawing. don't you see, like, what you can, this is the world map. What I will be doing, I will not be showing the pictures on the screen. If I show the pictures, my job becomes very easy. You won't get even a single doubt at all. But what I will be doing intentionally is I will be drawing everything on the board. I'm not asking you to draw, but you need to check that one in the atlas and you need to learn. If I show directly the world map, it is very easy. Google Maps will be there. I can type any map and I can show this is the one. Then you can understand very easily, yes, it is present here. But I will not be showing. Why? Because your mind needs to develop mental mapping. What do you mean by mental mapping? Whenever I explain something, like there is a very plain area, over the plain area of the black metal road is there, over which the flight is coming and it is landing. When I'm explaining, what should be there? The imagination should be there in the mind. The moment once you imagine more, the more you imagine, that becomes the mental mapping in the mind. For each and every mind, the mental mapping is unique. No two mental maps get tallied perfectly. If your mental mapping and the reality, if they are one and the same, very closely related, then you are a successful person. And if your mental mapping and the reality are not matching, meaning what? Somewhere, daane mein kuch kala hai. Got the point? In order to get UPSC, in order to enter into the UPSC, what is important is the mental mapping is very important. That is important for each and every subject, not just geography. For us, in our class, definitely, I will be stressing more on mental mapping. I will not be showing, I will draw the picture, you need to check in the atlas. Is it clear? But don't believe I will not be drawing, not to the scale. Definitely it will be resembling like India. If I draw, it will be resembling like India. Don't think that it will be just like a dinosaur. Okay, definitely it will be, what do you call it? It will be to the scale and you can check all these things. Fine. These are the two submissions. After the submissions, let us enter into our part. Come on. Give the idea as universe. Before going to the geomorphology, we need to talk about something regarding the universe. Let us talk about the universe. What is a universe? See, this is the part related to astronomy, not geography. Since we need to land on the earth, therefore we are talking about these things. Right? Come on, universe. What is that universe? Wonderful. Again, 100% answer. Where are we right now? Where are we right now? Sir, vision building, sir. Where is it? India. Where is it? Asia. Where is it? Globe. Where is it? Planet Earth. Right? Where is it? The Milky Way. Where is it? Universe. But the question is, how the universe has formed? What is the extent of the universe? What is the boundary? Up to what boundary? In that universe, where we are? What is our position? All these things. First and foremost point. What is that first and foremost point? Whatever the knowledge the man is possessing right now about the universe is just 5%. 5% is called as the known universe. This is a very important point. How much of universe is not known to the human? 95% is unknown universe. What we feel is the man is a highly intellectual animal and he has developed so many concepts, so many things he is directly seeing. He is directly going to the moon and he has sent some of the rovers to the planet like Mars. Also he is studying the entire solar system, beyond the solar system also. This is what the man's achievement. With all these achievements, how much knowledge we possessed? We possess only 5%. How much is not known to us? Sir, when we don't know the 100%, how can you tell that at least 5% is known? Because whatever is visible, whatever is visible, observable, whatever is visible, whatever is observable is only the 5%. The remaining thing is unobservable. The remaining are unobservable. Meaning what? Whatever we can see with our naked eye, maybe with the help of the gadgets like telescope. With the telescope, we can see some of the things where we can reflect some light, then it can emit some light. What you can see? Those objects which emit light, those objects which will be reflecting light, those objects only we are able to see. The remaining objects which are dark in color are 95%. What it is called as dark matter and dark energy. Whatever is visible to us, whatever is observable, we can see this one, we can observe this one. We can feel like, yes, the light is coming from that particular object, where we call that one a star. If that light is falling on a rocky matter, where it is called as a planet or maybe asteroid, whatever we can see, whatever we can observe, where it is called as our observable universe. How much is observable universe? Just 5%. Around us, very close to us, in between you and the other planet, there is so much of energy, so much of matter, which is not observable. Just before our eye, it is there, but we cannot see, because it is not reflecting any light, it is not emitting any light. Because this one we are unable to observe, but we can feel some energy is there. That is what, till date, there is no much news about this one, knowledge about the dark matter, dark energy. But we believe, yes, it is there. Whatever is dark, whichever is not emitting any light, whichever is not giving what is called as reflecting any light, this is what the dark energy. It is just before us, it is just within us, but we are unable to see. How much is that one? 95%. This is the first point. Then, after discussing the known universe, unknown universe, how much is unknown? Majority is the unknown. Now let us talk about the theory that talks about the origin of universe. There are many theories which are talking about the origin of universe. There are so many theories, not just one. But out of all the theories, which is a very important theory, which is accepted by majority of the scientific community, is the Big Bang. The Big Bang theory. To a certain extent, even it is proved scientifically. And so, what is that acceptable theory that is present today, which is talking about the formation of the universe? It is the Big Bang. What are the other theories? Are there any other theories which are explaining? Yes, there are some other theories that are explaining the origin of universe. Like, one is called as the steady state theory. Steady state theory. The other theory is called as the pulsating theory. The steady state theory, pulsating theory, these are the theories again, they are explaining the origin of universe. But out of all the theories, which are the important, these are the three important. Out of these three, which is the topmost, which is believed to be, yes, it is the one which can be scientifically proven, it is the Big Bang. Therefore, let us talk about the Big Bang. Who has proposed this one? In the year 1927. Meaning what? Very recently. It is not in the 14th century, not in the 15th century, not even in the 19th century. It is only in the 20th century. There was a very great priest, the Belgium priest. He is a priest in the Belgium church by name Mr. Georges Lemaître. There was a Belgian priest by name Mr. Georges Lemaître. He's the guy who got the idea. Like, is it the world, the entire universe have formed like this? He got one idea. Immediately he ran to Mr. Einstein. At that point of time, the very important scientist was Einstein, the great physicist. He went to Einstein and propounded this concept. Then Einstein said that yes, there can be chance, there can be a probability. Yes, because it is satisfying all the physics principles, therefore it can be good. I mean, it can be true. Immediately he wrote a very good thesis regarding the idea of that guy under the book name called as the Big Bang. And so it is called as the Big Bang theory. What is that idea that was there in the mind of the Mr. Georges Lemaitre? He believed that once upon a time there was one single atom. He believed that there was one single atom. What is atom? Atom is such an indivisible particle which is so small we cannot see with our naked eye. If at all you are cutting or breaking any particle to such a level where further breaking cannot be possible, such a small, invisible, tiny particle is called as atom. The atom is a round ball-like structure. In the middle of the atom, there is a nucleus in which you can find the two particles. One is the positively charged particle called as proton. Another particle is definitely there, but it is not having any charge. And so it is called as the neutron. Neutron is nothing but neutrally charged particle. And equal number of negatively charged particles called as electrons revolving round the nucleus equal to the number of that of proton. That is a standard definition of the atom. This is what the atom. What he believed is there was one very small atom which is having infinite mass. He is called as infinite. With infinite mass and infinite energy. Infinite energy. This particular atom is having infinite mass, infinite energy. How much? Infinite. That is what the assumption of this guy. And all of a sudden, it got exploded like this. Boom. Got exploded. Why it got exploded? He didn't give the answer. But this is the one which is having the infinite mass, infinite energy. The moment once it got exploded, what form? The moment once it got exploded, all the particles are moving away from each other. The particles are spreading away from each other, thereby giving birth for the first time. What is taking birth? Time. All the time we will be talking about one point of reference. What is the time now? So and so. With reference to what? This period. The time started right from this point. Not only the time, along with the time, what took birth? Space. What is space? This is a space. Whenever the material is moving away from each other, what developed? The space developed. Time developed, space developed. Since it is having the infinite energy, because of tremendous heat that has got released due to the explosion, some of the energy got converted into matter. Some of the energy got converted into matter. Since the energy cannot be created nor destroyed, it can convert into other form. What is other form? Called as matter. What is this matter? Nothing but the dust and the gas particles. Nothing but the dust and the gas particles. These are the particles that evolved, that developed because of the Big Bang. And right from then, it is keep on expanding. And right from then, it is keep on expanding. Meaning what? Each and every celestial body, each and every dust particle, each and every gas particle that is present in a space is keep on moving away from each other. The space is ever increasing. What is the boundary of our universe? Say for example, if at all we are here. Imagine that this is our sun and we are around the sun like this. This is our planet Earth. If it is the case, when this is the case, where are we and what is the boundary of the universe? This is the boundary. According to our picture, this is the boundary, right? This is the boundary of our universe according to our picture. But what is a very ironic thing is, even today, we don't know the boundaries of our universe. We don't know how much extent the universe is. In the year 2013, something happened. There is a telescope in the space which is called as Hubble telescope. There is a telescope called as Hubble telescope. One sunlight, meaning what? One light from one star came all of a sudden from far distance and fell on the Hubble telescope. Where is this Hubble telescope? It is there in the space. Not in any country, it is there in the space. When one sunlight fall, our sun is having a visible spectrum, like, VIBGYOR is there, visible light is there, gamma rays are there, X-rays are there, infrared rays, all there, different rays are there. That particular sunlight, when it came from different part of the world, when it reached and fallen on the surface of the Hubble telescope, immediately Hubble telescope sent the news to the ground level people, saying that I am experiencing altogether the new sun ray, never I have experienced the sun ray. Then the people started analyzing the sun ray. When they analyzed the sun ray, that ray was not 100,000 times stronger than our sun ray. So strong, and it is having such a great powerful frequency waves. And they came to know that that particular sun ray came all the way from 13.3 billion light year distance. From where it came from? It came from 13.3 billion light year of distance. This is what? The distance from where that particular star is located. Meaning what? What is the known farthest star we know is this distance. Is it the boundary? Beyond this one also there is a universe. Therefore, we are living in such a place where we don't know the boundary even. How far it is extended, we don't know. Whether it is stable on one particular material, we don't know. Whether it is hanging on one with one hanger, no, we don't know. What is there beyond? We don't know. What we know is only we are there on the planet Earth. Is the entire universe where it is located? Is it floating on the water? We don't know. Is it in the fire? We don't know. Is it somewhere? Someone is playing with this one or what? We don't know. This is what the position of our universe. Got the point? This is the known farthest galaxy. The remaining things we'll be seeing in the next class. I didn't see the time. Sorry for this one. I extended the class. Okay, tomorrow we'll be talking about something regarding the universe and the Big Bang, and then we'll enter into the geomorphology. Right? Take care. See you. Bye-bye. Jai Hind. We'll meet you tomorrow with Atlas. Fine?